Hi everyone, and welcome to this class on the spiral lines. You will need 2 balls and 1 yoga block for our session. So the first thing that we're going to do is get into tibialis anterior. So this is the muscle on the front of your shin, just lateral, so to the outside of your shin bone. So if you find the bony shin bone, we just want to go out off to the side, and you can feel some muscle there. The best way I think of the tibialis anterior is if you've ever been for a run on the beach or something like that, and the next day your shin is dying. That's your tibialis anterior. So what we're going to do is we'll do both sides at the same time. I'm going to find any spot is good, but I like to go just down from the knee and lateral a little bit. You can feel some fleshy tissue there. So I'm going to place the ball there, one on each side, and then sit on my heels. So you can go ahead, oh gosh, ooh, and do that, sitting back. Remember, it doesn't need to be exact, but you don't want to be on your shin bone. Oof. And you can maybe move around a little bit to find a nice spot, but I'm going to stay still. I found my spot. And just let yourself get really heavy on this point. If this is too much, another option that you can do is just take a seated position and actually just roll this out using your hand. Okay, so you decide what's best for you. As always, we're not looking to find pain or struggle through this. So wherever you are, whatever you're doing, just take a few slow breaths. The spiral line can be a little bit more abstract. It's not so straightforward as some of the other ones. But you can think of it like a double helix through your body, kind of going from the back of your neck and then down between the shoulder blades, and then it crosses the front of the body there. It also still runs along the back of the body, along the erector spinae. So just think of it like twisting around your body. The best way I remember spiral line is essentially think of it like our twists. Not totally, because there's the functional line that we have to think about as well, that crossing motion. But typically when we do twists, we're getting into the spiral line. Okay, that should be about good. So you can take the balls out from underneath you and just give yourself a moment, either resting on your shins, or you can take your legs out in front of you and just pause. We'll move to the back body next. What we're going to do is erector spinae, and we'll roll up to the rhomboids between the shoulder blades. You'll want a block close by, but you might not need it at all. When we do erector spinae, so those are the ropey muscles just alongside the spine. So you basically want to find the spine and then just take the balls just maybe an inch, not even between them, off to the side of the spine. So we're not right on the spine. So you can come on down and we'll go, let's do, just because this one feels really nice, let's start at the low back. We'll go all the way up the erector spinae. So if you find where you've got that lordotic curve at the low back, just anywhere along there is fine, and you can lay on down. And we'll just find compression here. So just staying still. Again, we want to be on those ropey muscles. And just letting yourself get heavy. Now we'll cross fiber, so you'll lift your hips up ever so slightly and just wiggle your bum from side to side, so going across the ropey muscles. Okay, come back to center, sit your bum down. And let's find another spot. So either take your hands underneath you to roll the balls up. That's what I'm going to just do so I can stay in the center and still see you. But you can also just scoot yourself down so the balls roll up. Let's go to the top bit of your low back. So right where you're starting to find that lordotic curve. And again, this might feel like a lot. It might not feel like very much, but it's okay. You can trust something is happening. Just let your body get heavy. Feel your back resting on the balls. And I forgot to say something that might feel nice here. You can try this, is to lift your hips up and place your bum underneath your bum on top of the block, and that'll take some of the load off. Okay, let's cross fiber, lift your bum, and wiggle from side to side. This is one of my favorites. I feel like I've said that a million times, but this feels so good. Okay, lower back down, and you can manually move your balls. Lift your bum, wiggle side to side. Okay, lower your bum back down, and let's find another spot. So you roll down so the blocks can go up. Or balls, did I say blocks can go up? I meant to say balls can go up. Okay, and again, just find compression, get heavy. Let's cross fiber, swing from side to side. Sorry, I was holding in that sneeze for ages because I knew it would be really loud on the microphone. But it felt good. Oh no, there's another one coming. Oh, that was a big one. Sorry. Apologies. I'll try to edit that. Okay, lower your bum back down. Let's keep going up. So moving towards the rhomboid. So now why don't we go to the base of the shoulder blades? So this would be bra strap, heart monitor area. Okay. So again, just get heavy, find stillness. Now what I'd like for you to do, if you want, is to take your arms nice and wide and then give yourself a hug. And we'll do this a few times. Arms go wide, then give yourself a hug. So just finding a little bit of movement and sliding and gliding of the tissues. Okay, let's find another spot. Let's go to the middle of the shoulder blades. How about? So hopefully we'll find some juicy bits here. Oh gosh, okay. Oh. All right, find stillness. And then again, if you want to, arms can go wide. Oh, then give yourself a hug. I was practicing my crow pose yesterday. So lots of rhomboid stuff. Oh, and I can feel it today. That should be about good. Let's go for one more spot between the shoulder blades. So go up a little bit higher. Start off just finding stillness. Okay, and then you can give yourself a hug again and open and hug. Okay, we can do one last thing here for the rhomboids if you're up for it. If this is enough, then just stay. But if you want to add more weight onto the balls, oh God, I don't know if I can even do this today, but you're gonna curl yourself up, give yourself a hug, and then just sway from side to side. Oh, that's good, isn't it? Oh, that's good. Okay, take the balls out from underneath you and lower yourself down. And give yourself a moment to just rest and integrate everything. Okay, we're going to get into the splenius capitis at the neck. You'll need your block for this one. So place the block nice and low and just rest your head on it. Now what we're going to do, so these muscles are at the back of the neck here, okay? So we're going to place the balls down on the block, side by side. And this is interfering a bit with my microphone, so sorry if the sound is not perfect. But you're going to rest the balls, your head on the balls, your neck on the balls, I should say. Okay, so I'm just right about just south of my hairline there. Oh my goodness, this one's nice. Okay, and now we're going to find you may need to hold the balls, by the way. You might get a good grip of the balls on your neck, but if not, just place your hands to the side of the balls to hold it steady. And then this is really subtle. You're just going to take your chin from side to side, nice and slow. And maybe take your chin down and then back to center. Just move your chin around a little bit. And if you find a nice spot, like I have, just stay. Honestly, this feels like heaven. I love this one. Something that might be useful for you, I should have said this at class 1, so apologies. But take note of the ones that feel really nice. You know, there's going to be ones where you're like, oof, I need to work on this. Take note of those too, but take note of the ones that just feel good. And sometimes what I'll do is I'll do a class for myself that's just about feeling good. It's just finding those spots in my body where I can just drop into, maybe before bed or something, or while watching a movie. Although, you know, we should be present with what we're doing, but sometimes it's nice to do a little bit of myofascial release while you're watching a show or something, and just find those feel good spots. Okay, let's take our heads off of the balls and the block. They can just go off to the side. And just take a moment, just laying on your back. Pay attention to the sensations that you feel at your neck. Okay, bend your knees and over onto your side. Come on up. We're going to do just a couple longer held twists. So we'll start off with Ardha Matsyendrasana. I'm not mirroring you, okay? So you'll hug your left knee in and then, or keep this leg straight if you want, your left leg straight. Then cross your right leg over. Take a big breath in, excuse me, and then exhale, twist over towards the right. You can hook your elbow or hug your knee in towards your chest, whatever feels best for you. I like to hug the knee into my chest and then hold onto my hands. So feel your pelvis getting heavy, equal weight on your right sit bone and your left sit bone. Equal length along your left side and your right side. Equal length on the left side of your neck and the right side of your neck. And just on the note of doing spots that feel really good, I know when we do myofascial release, we can approach it with an agenda. Like, I'm going to do my hamstrings before a run to create the neural connections, or I'm going to do hip flexors after a cycle to create space and make sure I'm recovering and whatnot. And all of that is really good. You know, it's nice to have these practices that we can go to when we're looking for something specific. But also remember to approach all of your practices, anything you do with your body, really, if I can say that. Approach your body always with compassion first and curiosity without trying to impose some sort of agenda on it. Because what we do, whether it's a yoga posture or going for a run or doing myofascial release, what we do will change day to day. Our body is always changing and evolving and adapting and responding. So try not to approach anything with any sort of expectation of how you should feel or how your body should respond. Especially if you're a yogi, you want to approach things with non-attachment and just being present with the experience of it. So this is why I like doing the feel-good postures, is because, or not feel-good postures necessarily, but the feel-good spots with MFR, is because there isn't any sort of agenda. I'm not doing it to gain anything. It just feels really nice in the moment, and that's enough. That's really valuable, you know? Take a big breath in and exhale. Just do a little counter twist over towards the left. Plant your hands, lean forward. Great. Let's switch up spots, or sides, I should say, sorry. So the left leg is going to go on top this time. Remember, you can straighten out your bottom leg if you like. It doesn't really matter. Left hand goes back behind you. Find length in your spine. Then exhale, twist over towards the left. Hug your knee in or hook your elbow, whatever you like. And it's also important now that maybe by now you've gone through all the lectures and we've learned about how these plastic changes take a lot of time, right? And so, yes, there are immediate effects to doing myofascial release or working with the fascia in any sort of capacity in any different way. But remember, we don't want to be attached to the way that it will impact us. We might do myofascial release over and over and over again and not get more flexible through the hamstring, say. Maybe that's your goal. But there might be a lot of like unseen effects that your body is very aware of, but your conscious mind maybe isn't aware of. So you wouldn't want to just not do that anymore, or think it's not valuable or not worth something just because what you had in mind isn't happening right away. So even though I definitely approach these practices often with a goal, I often also just approach it in a way of, what feels good? Or what do I know I need? And I might not be seeing the effects right away, but I know when I get into my, say, shoulder, something's going on there because it's really intense. So keep meeting that intensity, keep arriving and being present with these different spots in your body without trying to attach something to it. Like, okay, I'll keep doing it if it means that I'll be more flexible here, right? Just trust in the unfolding of it and keep coming back to the spaces and the places that you feel intuitively called to. And also notice the spots that you avoid. Take a big breath in. Stay here for a long breath out. Slowly make your way back to center, and then you can do a little counter twist over towards the right if you like. And then we're going to make ourselves, we're going to take ourselves down onto our back, and we'll finish off with a little twist on our back. So come on down, lay yourself down. And since you've got a block there, just my balls might roll away there. If you've got a block, you can grab it if you want to, and just shimmy your hips over towards the right and let your knees fall over towards the left. And then if you want, you can use your block to just place underneath your left knee if you want. If not, don't worry about it. Do whatever you want with your arms, whatever feels best for you. Remember that the purpose of these videos are to give you these short and sweet classes that you can keep coming back to over and over. And the more that you become familiar with the different spots that we do, the more that you can kind of make up your own thing and take things out and add things in. So if you feel called maybe to a specific line that we've done, and you're like, oh my gosh, I know something's up with the deep front line or whatever it happens to be, return to it. And remember, it doesn't take very long. Pick out your favorite bits that we did and then just spend, I don't know, 5-10 minutes a day max. You don't even need that much doing those specific areas. Or maybe you want to be really indulgent and stay there even longer and make like a 60-minute class out of it. Take a big breath in and sigh it out. Bring your legs back through to center, scoot your booty to the left, knees to the right. We'll stay here for about 1 more minute. Okay, now you can roll all the way over onto your right hand side and then slowly press yourself on up. And that is you. You finished the spiral line. Hope that you're feeling wonderful, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.